Hello everyone. Today we will be discussing about proximate analysis of code. What is proximate analysis? Proximate analysis is used to find out the quality of code. For the analysis, we use the determination of moisture content, volatile matter, ash content, and fixed carbon. It is called proximate analysis because the data collected vary with the procedure that we use. But it is very cheaper, comparatively cheaper process. It is a simple process and it can be done in the normal laboratory itself. There is one more process called ultimate analysis, about which we will be discussing in the next video. So at first, let us calculate the amount of moisture content present in the coal. For calculating moisture content present in the coal, we will take a known weight of coal sample. Suppose W1 gram coal sample is taken in a crucible and is heated at 105 to 110 degrees centigrade temperature in an oven for about 1 hour. So at temperature 105 to 110 degrees centigrade, the amount of moisture or water will be removed completely. Then the crucible is taken out, cooled in a desiccator, weighed it, and let the weight of the sample is W2 gram. That is, after removal of the moisture content, the weight of the sample left is W2 gram. The difference in weight, the loss in weight, that is W1 minus W2 will give the amount of moisture content. So to calculate percentage moisture, we have loss in weight, that is W1 minus W2 divided by initial weight of the coal sample taken, that is W1 multiplied by 100. For calculating volatile matter, the dried sample of coal left in the crucible after the removal of moisture content in the previous case, that is the weight was W2 gram. This is taken in the crucible. It is covered with a lid placed in an electrical muffle furnace maintained at a temperature of about 925 plus minus 20 degrees centigrade. This is heated for about 7 minutes. After heating for 7 minutes, we assume that the volatile matter is removed completely. So after removal of the volatile matter, the crucible is taken out, cooled in desiccator, weighed again. Suppose the weight after the removal of volatile matter is W3 gram, that is loss in weight is equal to W2 minus W3. So loss in weight upon weight of the coal sample taken, that is W1. So W2 minus W3 divided by W1 multiplied by 100 is equal to percentage volatile matter. That is loss in weight due to removal of volatile matter divided by initial weight of the coal sample taken multiplied by 100 is nothing but percentage volatile matter. Next is ash content. The residue left after removal of volatile matter, that was W3 gram in the previous case, it is heated without lid in a muffle furnace for about half an hour at a temperature of 700 plus minus 50 degrees centigrade. At this temperature, the crucible, the amount left, the residue left will be nothing but the ash content. So the crucible is taken out, cooled in desiccator, it is weighed. This heating, cooling and weighing is repeated until and unless we get a constant weight. The weight of the sample left, that is nothing but the ash content in the crucible, that W4 gram. Suppose it is W4 gram. Then percentage ash content is equal to W4, that is weight of the ash left, divided by initial weight of the coal taken, that is W1 gram, multiplied by 100, that is nothing but percentage ash content. Next is fixed carbon. Percentage of fixed carbon is calculated as 100 minus percentage of moisture, volatile matter and ash content. That will give the amount of fixed carbon. Now let us discuss about the importance of proximate analysis. Let us discuss one by one. At first, let us take moisture content. Excess of moisture is undesirable in coal. So we are talking about the quality of the coal. If there is more amount of moisture present in the coal, then the quality is not good, because it lowers the effective calorific value of the coal. As I have discussed earlier in previous videos, that calorific value is nothing but the amount of energy liberated during heating of the coal. Heating of 1 unit mass or volume of the fuel taken. So here the coal is a fuel. So amount of energy liberated when unit mass of the coal is 1 gram coal is heated, then the amount of energy liberated is calorific value. So it lowers effective calorific value, means it releases less amount of energy. So the quality is lower. It consumes some of the liberated heat in the form of latent heat of vaporization of water. For every percentage of moisture, about 0.1% of heat is lost. Okay, again it is saying that amount of percentage moisture should be lower for a better coal. Presence of moisture even quenches a fire, that is cools a fire in the furnace. Excessive surface moisture generally causes difficulty in the handling of coal, and even it increases the transport cost and even causes difficulty in the heating process also. Anyway, presence of about 10% moisture produces uniform fuel bed and low fly ash. So next is volatile matter. So let us discuss how does the volatile matter contribute. High percentage of volatile matter means that there is high proportion of fuel distilling over as gas or vapor. So more amount of gas or vapor will be formed, and the coal will burn with long smoky flame, and it will possess low calorific value. So from this content itself, it is clear that volatile matter should be lesser for a better quality of coal. For burning the coal with high volatile content, it requires even larger combustion space. Larger proportion of gas will escape out without burning. Okay, and if the volatile matter present in the larger quantity, it means that the large amount of gas will be escaping without burning. So that is also not desirable. Coals containing 26 to 30% volatile matter will yield hard and strong coke on carbonization, whereas high volatile coals do not cake well. But the coals containing low volatile matter, less than 15%, do not cake at all and are not at all suitable for the manufacturing of coke. The volatile matter, in the volatile matter, we have combustible gases like CH4, H2, CO, and even some hydrocarbons that may be present, but non-combustible gases like carbon dioxide and N2, which contributes nothing to the calorific value. These constituents, these combustible gases should be, non-combustible gases should be absent. Only combustible gases should be present in the, may be present in the volatile matter. High volatile matter is anyway desirable in the coal gas manufacturing process. Next is ash content. Ash content is undesirable because it is a non-combustible matter and it do not contribute to any calorific value of the coal. So it causes even troubles by forming clinkers. It blocks the interspaces of the grate. It obstructs the flow of the air and heat also. It increases the transportation cost, handling cost, and storage cost. Even it leads to large heat losses and causes problem of clinkering. About 1% increase in coal ash will lead to 4% decrease in the boiler efficiency. It affects the slag and metal composition, metallurgical operations also, and the coal particle gets embedded in the clinkers and leads to loss of fuel. Some ash is desirable because it protects the grade from the oxidation process which may occur due to direct contact with the coal. Okay. So ash content is also undesirable. What about fixed carbon? Fixed carbon is a carbon which burns in the solid state. So higher the percentage of fixed carbon, greater will be the calorific value of fuel, means more amount of energy will be released upon burning the coal. So better will be the quality of the coal. So we can say that smaller percentage of volatile matter and high percentage of calorific value will lead to better quality of coal. Fixed carbon also helps in designing the furnace and shape of the firebox. So we can conclude that for better quality of coal, percentage of moisture content, volatile matter and ash content should be low, whereas percentage of fixed carbon should be high. Let us take one numerical to understand the proximate analysis and its calculations. We have the following numerical. A coal sample was analyzed as follows. A 3-gram coal sample was weighed into silica crucible, that is W1 gram. Initial weight of the coal is W1 gram, that is 3 gram. After heating for 1 hour at 100 degrees centigrade, and it is heated for 1 hour at 100 degrees centigrade, means that there is loss of water at 100 degrees centigrade. After removal of water, the residue weight is 2.7 grams. So W2 is 2.7 gram. The crucible was then covered with a lid, strongly heated for 7 minutes at 950 plus minus 20 degrees centigrade. It means that at 950 plus minus 20 degrees centigrade and for 7 minutes, it removes all the volatile matter. So after removal of all volatile matter, we have 1.8 gram as residue. So W3 is 1.8 gram. The crucible was then heated without cover until a constant weight is obtained. So it is converted into ash. The residue was found to weigh 0.5 gram. Means the weight of ash content is 0.5 gram. So they are asking to calculate the percentage of moisture, volatile matter, ash content and carbon in the coal sample. And to which type of analysis does the above belongs? It is understood that the analysis is proximate analysis. So let us calculate the percentage of moisture, volatile matter, ash content and fixed carbon. Given that W1 is 3 gram, W2 2.7 gram, W3 is 1.8 gram, W4 is 0.5 gram. Now, we have the formula percentage moisture is equal to loss in weight upon weight of coal taken. Loss in weight is W1 minus W2 and weight of coal sample taken is W1. So 3 minus 2.7 upon 3. 3 minus 2.7 upon 3. That is loss in weight upon weight of coal sample taken multiplied by 100 is nothing but percentage moisture. Percentage volatile matter is nothing but loss in weight due to removal of volatile matter, that is W2 minus W3, that is 2.7 minus 1.8 divided by weight of coal sample taken is W1 gram multiplied by 100. So we have percentage volatile matter is equal to 2.7 minus 1.8 divided by 3 multiplied by 100, that is 30%. Next, percentage ash is equal to weight of ash left upon weight of the coal taken. We know that weight of ash left is W4, that is 0.5 gram, and weight of coal taken is 3 gram initially, multiplied by 100 is nothing but percentage of ash. This will come out to be 0.5 upon 3 into 100 is equal to 16.6%. And fixed carbon is 100 minus percentage of moisture, volatile matter, and percentage of ash. That will come out to be 100 minus 10 plus 30 plus 16.6, and it is 43.4% is a percentage of fixed carbon. That's all for today. Thank you. Thank you all.